I think you were describing how you handled your exposure, and this might be something very interesting. And so the question I asked you that prompted it all was, how high of an ISO did you feel comfortable shooting in?
We shot the nights on the film, the night interiors and exteriors at 1,250 ASA. Anything over that we felt was just breaking up too much, but even on the 7D it held up pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And then how did you take your exposure? Did you use a spot meter, or?
I started day one with my multi-function Sekonic, that's the spot meter, incident meter, everything all in one, but we had built these rigs, and so we were being so mobile in how we were shooting that, you know, I was holding the rig and metering and walking out to the middle of the room metering, and it was all because I was fighting using the histograms on the camera because I wasn't familiar with it. I came up as a film lighting gaffer before I was a DP, and it just didn't make any sense to me. Histograms I just thought were the most ridiculous thing and useless to me because I just couldn't adapt my brain to what they were telling me. I didn't want to, I guess. I was really resistant to it. I had a second unit DP named Matthew Rowe and a DIT named Stephen Piet, who were younger guys that came from the next generation. They were very comfortable in the digital world, and they were used to histograms because besides shooting, they also color on Final Cut. They edit, and they're used to seeing them in the metadata of the footage. And they both sort of gently took me aside and said, "Look, you gotta really, it'll be really much easier for you if you can adapt to this." Once I sort of got the gist of the readout of the histogram, I mean, now cut to 18 months later when we're shooting on other camera systems, and I don't use my meters because I realized that the meter sensitivity of the sensor is so much greater for its application. And so we had a day of test, a day of scouting, 1 day for the movie. And we went up and shot stills on the location and loaded those back into Aperture and had the still with a screen capture of the histogram. And then we could sort of look and compare stills at different exposures of the same scene. And our base for our day interiors, we realized that looking out those giant picture windows at Big Sur, that any of the bright skies or the ocean melding into the sky at the horizon, we just would never put anything above 70 IRE.
Well, just as a quick example for the viewing public, if this were on a histogram, you would have your whites just approaching the white, the far right side, but not even kissing it, right?
That's such a mid-contrast gray tone image. A lot of this music video was, but yeah, we definitely never let anything clip because then it's gone. It's irretrievable. And so much of the work that Mark Pellington and I have done over the years in our videos for the Foo Fighters or Bruce Springsteen or the Flaming Lips has been hyper-visual, and so we shoot a lot of ectochrome and push process it, cross process it, bleach bypass it. You know, we do everything, but we're always kicking up the contrast, and we're always saying we don't care if it goes. We don't care if it goes, meaning that if the detail goes away or the skies clip and go white. And again, it came back to Matthew and Stephen, who were saying, you know, you don't have to let it go, but you can retain it, and we can let it go later if you want, but you want that information to still be retrievable. And it was a weird thing to sort of fight against something that sort of makes common sense, but you want the control at the moment of photography. So.